Hello, everyone, and welcome to Millie TV, where the truth is always in the headline. We'll take you around the world in 5 minutes. Let's get into today's top stories.
U.S.-Iran ceasefire reached after weeks of war. After weeks of escalating conflict that pushed the world to the brink, the United States and Iran have agreed to a temporary ceasefire, signaling a potential pause in one of the most dangerous confrontations in recent years. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announced the breakthrough deal, declaring that Iran's leadership had been forced to negotiate after suffering extensive military losses. According to Hegseth, the United States has crippled Iran's military infrastructure, claiming key missile factories, drone production facilities, and launch systems were destroyed during the intense campaign. "We control their fate, not the other way around," Hegseth said during a Pentagon briefing. That's why they came to the table. The agreement pauses fighting after nearly 6 weeks of high-intensity warfare involving U.S., Israeli, and Iranian forces. The ceasefire is expected to last 2 weeks while negotiations continue toward a longer-term settlement. However, officials warn the situation remains extremely fragile, and U.S. forces remain on high alert in case hostilities resume. Energy shock. Fuel prices surge as Strait of Hormuz crisis deepens. The fallout from the conflict is now hitting the global economy. Energy analysts warn that the crisis surrounding the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most critical oil shipping routes, is driving fuel prices sharply higher. The U.S. Energy Information Administration has dramatically increased its fuel forecasts, warning that gasoline prices could reach $4.30 per gallon this month. The reason: major Gulf oil producers including Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, the United Arab Emirates, Qatar, and Bahrain have collectively shut down an estimated 7.5 million barrels of crude oil per day amid the instability. If shipping through the strait remains restricted, experts say fuel prices could approach historic highs, sending shockwaves through transportation, airlines, and global supply chains. Airlines are already feeling the impact. Delta has become the third major U.S. carrier to increase baggage fees, citing surging jet fuel costs. Space history. Artemis II astronauts return from lunar mission. In a moment of triumph for space exploration, the Artemis II crew is now heading back to Earth after completing a historic mission around the Moon. The astronauts successfully observed regions of the lunar surface never before seen directly by human eyes, collecting critical data that will guide the next generation of lunar exploration. Scientists say the mission provides an essential scientific baseline for future missions, including long-term lunar habitation and eventual journeys to Mars. The spacecraft is expected to re-enter Earth's atmosphere in the coming days. U.S. court orders safety review of abortion pill. In a major legal development in the United States, a federal judge has ordered a new safety review of the abortion medication mifepristone by the Food and Drug Administration. The ruling comes amid a legal challenge from Louisiana that seeks to block access to the medication through telemedicine services. The case will now proceed once the FDA completes its review, potentially setting the stage for another high-stakes legal battle over reproductive rights nationwide. Surveillance. ICE confirms use of powerful spyware. Meanwhile, in Washington, officials have confirmed that U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE is using advanced spyware, technology capable of intercepting encrypted communications. According to congressional testimony, the tool is primarily being deployed to target fentanyl trafficking networks, which authorities say are increasingly using encrypted messaging apps to coordinate operations. Civil liberties groups, however, warn that the technology raises serious privacy concerns if used without strict oversight.
And that's a wrap on today's headlines. You've been watching Millie TV, and we took you around the world in 5 minutes. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a story. See you next time.